Hey guys, just wanted to give everybody a quick update on Emerson. We got discharged from the hospital last night. We were only in for one night. That was good. Had a feeding tube inserted, an NG tube, so it's a small tube that goes up through his nose and down into his stomach, and it's just kind of taped to his face and back around to his neck, just so we can start pumping some calories to him, make sure he's strong and healthy prior to transplant. I was a little surprised. I wasn't aware. So it's not, we're not feeding him throughout the day through the tube. We wait until nighttime when he goes to bed, and we have a little pump set up, and you fill up this big bag of the formula, and the peristaltic pump just doses it to him in small increments over an 8-hour period while he's sleeping at night. So we get up in the morning while he's still sleeping and unhook him and flush it out, and then he just away he goes. He's obviously didn't enjoy having a tube inserted in his nose, but after a period of time, kind of forgets that it's there, and he seems to be dealing with it well. They did a lot of testing on his liver. The GI doctors were a little bit more concerned about his enlarged liver than the cardiologists have seemed to be. So they did some sonograms and blood work, and just trying to verify that his enlarged liver is not going to be a long-term problem, or there's no scarring in the liver, or he'll have long-term liver damage because of the enlargement of the backed up pressures in his heart and lungs. We have not gotten any results of that yet. Did the cardiology appointments, EKGs, echocardiograms, and everything seems to be normal that way. For those of you that haven't been updated recently or talked to, there has been some movement on the waiting list for the type A bloods. We are number 2 on the list right now. There is a status 1B ahead of us, and we are still a status 2. I was hoping having a feeding tube might bump us up to a higher status, but it does not. So we are number 2 right now. However, if at some point in time we are bumped up in status, meaning if he has to go on other more serious medications daily, or an IV, or if he goes into the hospital to stay, he will jump ahead of the guy in front of him because of time on list. So if they're the same status, then he'll be number 1. So it seems to be moving a little bit. There is some movement on the list, and there have been several kids ahead of us that have gotten their transplants, we presume. So I'm not going to be surprised if we don't have our heart before Christmas. Is kind of what I'm, in my mind, is kind of my assumption, but we'll see. The other nice thing about the hospital stay was we were actually on the 9th floor, where we will be post-transplant for a couple of weeks. After the transplant, you go in the ICU, and then you transfer down to this 9th floor for the post-transplants. And so it was nice to kind of get a feel for how that works and what the floor is like and what the amenities are. And I think that Sarah stayed overnight, and she didn't sleep all that well, so we're going to have to try to figure out a different plan for that, or rotate nights sleeping there. It was kind of nice. It is set up for kids. They got a big playroom. Every room's got an Xbox and a DVD player, so we're probably going to try to find some Xbox games that he can play or like at his age, get a bunch of movies and stuff. So it was kind of neat to kind of have a little taste of what post-transplant hospital stay is going to be like. So other than that, we are doing well. He had a big birthday bash the day before we went into the hospital on Tuesday. We rented out the go-kart track, and everybody had a great time. A lot of fun. He thoroughly enjoyed it. When we were leaving to go to the hospital, his idea was that we should have his birthday again and go to the go-kart track again for his birthday. So he thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody that came out and supported him. But love you guys, and appreciate you, and I will keep you updated as something more happens. Thanks. Bye.